Hi everybody, this is Caroline Sotheby and welcome to Up, Down, on the Road show. I know it sounds complicated, but right now that's what we're doing. And in our first part, we're going to a segment that we didn't get a chance to put on when our mayor talked to us on April 5th. So let's go to that.
Right now it's times we've never seen before. And hope we never see it again. Times are different now, and so are services. And smartly, this is the time for all of us to come together as Americans and also as Wyandotte residents and business people to stick closer together than we ever have at any time of our life. These are very serious times, and I can only hope that you take this time to understand how fragile it is to be outside and how dangerous it is. I hope we're looking out after our senior citizens. That is an important thing. We must look out for all our citizens. Please, some senior citizens need to be checked on. I would also like to say that I have a call into the governor's office about when we can cut the lawns. I have plenty of questions on my Facebook, and I will get an answer and post it on my Facebook as soon as I get the information. I'm here working for you as your mayor, and it's my pleasure to do so. And all the questions I get, I wish I could answer. But I don't think anybody at this time has the right answer. But what we do have is faith in each other, that we can pray that this all comes to an end, that our citizens are not passing away. God bless the ones that are getting better, that are healing. A lot of us don't talk about the people that have had it and survived it. I guess we take that for granted. Please don't take your life for granted at this time. I wish I had better news. I wish I could tell you that it was over. I wish I could tell you I had the answer. But I do have hope. I do have confidence in our medical staff and our employees. And that is all we can have at this time. So I'm hoping that by next week when I give a briefing, which will last a little bit longer, I'll have more facts and I'll be able to share them with you. Please feel free to go on my Facebook, even my personal Facebook at this time. It's just an emergency in our times that we've never seen before. God bless you. Please continue to say prayers every night. And I worry about all of you. Even though you think sometimes that just because City Hall is closed that we're not working, it's not true. We are working every day, and if you do have some problems, there is people at City Hall that check their calls and can call you back. So at this time, I'd like to just tell you, thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of the solution and not the problem for all of us that are following the guidelines.
With this virus, we're having quite a few openings, closings, postponements. So I went to Justin Lanigan, who's our Recreation, Leisure, Culture Superintendent, and said, okay, Justin, what's on for this year? Well, so far we know, since it's in June, the Vintage Market is still scheduled for June 12th. Graduations might be an iffy at the Yak Arena. But one thing we know for sure, the poor Y-High and Hebda Cup will not be again this year because that boat club is closed right down there on the river. In back of us, though, there are a lot of people still fishing. And when I talked to some individual today, she said the DNR said you can fish, you can boat as long as you are in your own boat and the people on the boat are from your household. So as of April 8th, that was in the paper, in the Free Press, and if you want to keep updated, go to dnrmichigan.gov and you'll get final rules and regulations because they're changing each time. The person that did make a contact, though, was a person by the name of Chris Grugan. He's the spokesperson for U.S. Customs Border Protection, and he said at this point They're trying to encourage people to stay home, but if you want to go out boating, keep your distance and make sure, like was said, the persons on the boat are from your household. So we have that clear. Another thing we have to consider, like Justin had said, there's ball season still on the agenda. It might be a shortened season, but we'll find out more as the weeks go by. Volleyball is never a problem because it's usually over there in July. The swim will be after school. He said that's a back burner. And of course, if you see in the distance, he said the golf course has a green light to open when we're given the okay. He said there might be restrictions, like distancing, maybe one person to a golf cart, and nobody take the flag out of the hole. As we're here, we see there are a lot of people taking advantage of the nice weather we had. They're bicycling or walking their dogs, and so some even are just sitting out there watching the boats go by. So it's a nice day, and some people are taking advantage of it. They're by themselves, but still doing something. And another thing we had mentioned a couple of weeks ago, the parks are open for walking, but no playground use, no, what do they call, basketball courts, nothing on this where contamination would be a factor. Another thing we forgot to mention, and we didn't know about it though, Copeland Center has food distribution the third Wednesday of the month. And for people would like to get some food, they have, it's income based, so you do have to bring your pay stub so they can see what you make, and all proof of residency. Last month they had enough food for 300 people, and Justin said about 250 only showed up. And I said, somebody might not have known. So remember, it's the third Wednesday of every month, and you can go to the Copeland Center. And if you have a hard time figuring out what the Copeland Center is, ask somebody. I'm sure they'll know where it is, especially the seniors, because they usually play cards there, they play euchre there, they went for meals there. That's another thing. It might still have Meals on Wheels. I'm not definite about that, but we can check in for that. We have to go to my buddy here, because with us going on the road, so to speak, he makes sure he's got sanitizer, he's got his mask on, I have mine here, and he's got his gloves on. We say our distance, and we're trying to do with him what we're supposed to be doing. So this is how we're able to come and talk to you and give you some information through the week. But he's got to show you exactly his technique of taking the sanitizer with him, and he can probably just give you an ID. He puts a towel in the bag, and so whenever he goes someplace, he's got it conveniently there, and he takes care of us. Another thing, with it being all the gyms are closed, hey, he's got his own way of doing his weights. So maybe we'll go to that segment and get you a little bit more. Okay, Rich, go ahead.
If you've been having problems finding hand sanitizer, I've got an idea I think that might help. What you're going to need for this is a wash rag, a plastic baggie, and some alcohol. And make sure that the alcohol is over 60%. What you do is this. You take the wash rag and you fold it so it'll fit in the plastic bag. Okay? Now, this is the tricky part. You take your alcohol, you want to saturate the rag, but you don't want it soaking wet. So, I hope I don't spill it all over the place. Okay, just a little bit, evenly distributed on here. Again, you want the rag to be wet, but you don't want it to be dripping. And let me see, you might have to do it on the other side. Okay, that should do it right there, a little over there. And, okay, now, Make sure the rag is good and wet, but not dripping wet. What you want to do, you want to make sure you can take and clean the surface of your hands when you use this. Now you put it in the bag, and this is particularly useful for when you come out of the store. You can take it, and wash your hands with it real good. You can even take this, let's say you go shopping, you bring products in from the store, you can even use this to take and wipe down the products. The thing is with this, you're going to have to, it'll last you about a week, but you're going to have to put more alcohol on it during the course of the time. Now, if you keep this bag sealed up, this is going to last a long time. All the gyms are closed, so I came up with a creative idea on my own to get exercise. What I've done is taken gallons of milk, cleaned them out, and filled them with water. I tie them together with a rope, and I'll use the broom as a bar. I can do curls, I can also do upper body, I can hold it up, and I can also do squats. No matter how bored you get during these times of social isolation, do not try to cut your own hair. I made that mistake, and I'll be going to a barber when this is all over with. If you have a pair of these in your house, hide them on yourself.
Thanks, Rich. At least we have some hints, and maybe you can apply it to your own family's needs. Right now, we are going to go to our mayor and get his words.
Good afternoon. This is Mayor Joe Peterson. Today's date is April 10th. Today are some of the headlines that I would like to wind our residents to be aware of. First, we'll start off with some of the governor's state of the speech that she did on April 9th at 3 p.m. One of the things that was really discussed is pertaining to going up to the cottages up north. She stated that at this time they would not want people to come up to their cottages up north, and they can go to state parks, but not to their cottages. I know it's an inconvenience. I know the reason for this is because they feel that they don't have enough of the hospitals in them areas to handle. I know that people have a lot of money invested up there. I hope that you use good judgment when and if you decide to go and follow the guidelines, which I hope you will. The other thing I'd like to talk to you about is the thing that we have residents that are living at Rivergate Nursing Home. In the last 2 days, April 7th, 8th, and 9th, they've had 7 people pass away from the virus at that nursing home, along with 36 positive tests for COVID-19 between the employees and other people at the nursing home. It's very disheartening, and it breaks my heart to see and to hear that we're not able to visit our people in the nursing home, our parents, our grandparents, our relatives. But it's a different way of life. Things are changing every day, and our life is going to be changed in so many ways when we do come back from this virus and are able to go back outside. It's going to be totally different, and we are doing a good job at trying to adjust to the format in which we now greet people and handshakes and etc. I hope everybody understands that the way that we're going back to our styles where we shook hands and hug people and stuff like that is almost going to be a thing of the past for the future, which is a shame because we're now going to have to greet people differently than we had in the past. I'd like to now talk about also, I received numerous calls about cutting lawn. Well, as of yesterday, April 9th, I put something on my Facebook page that states you are able to cut your grass, and you are able to have a lawn service come in and cut your grass underneath these guidelines. that if you do have people that come in on a service, that they stay 6 feet apart, and that you also do not have face-to-face contact with your lawn service people. If you pay them daily when they come over at that time, try to put the money in the door after they're done. And I also want you to know it's April 13th, the city of Wyandotte will be starting our contract where we are cutting the lots of the vacant properties that the city owns. And again, I ask that nobody approach our employees that are out there working or come within 6 feet of them, because they are doing a job and it is too easy to come in contact with this virus. So that is one of the things that I really hope that you understand. We are not trying to be not friendly. We are just doing safety precautions for our employees. I'd like to also talk about the recycling. If you go on our city website, you'll see that right now the city is and has been for some time had contracts with citizens where they have curbside pickup. Their curbside pickup will be picked up as per the contract they have signed for recycling. Now, we're hoping that as soon as the plants reopen and waste management is able to pick up our recycling, that at that time we will open it up, back open to the citizens. But if you do wish to get recycling, you can go on the city's website and it will give you all the information you need where you don't even have to come in contact with the person. This is not trying to tell you to get curbside service. We've had it for like I said, a number of years, and we just want people to understand that it's available. I'm sorry that the recycling place is closed. I know it is a big inconvenience, but we have no alternative for the simple reason, like I said, that the plants that deal with waste management and us are closed and their employees are not working. As soon as we can get the recycling open, we will go back to work and open the recycling. And at that time, if you can store it someplace until then, that would be great. That would be the thing that we would suggest. Now, I'd like to talk something about the people in White and how they're getting mail. 48192, you will get mail every other day. And that has already been in effect and started. So like I said, if you're not getting mail every day, it's because they too have problems with the COVID-19 and their employees. So safety precautions, you will now get mail every other day. So just to expect that. I would like to talk about on April 2nd, we had 36 positive tests and 3 people passed away. Now on April 10th, we are up to 68 positive tests. And thank God, no more positive tests, no more people have passed away from that, from the city of Wyandotte. Next, I'd like to tell you about the harbor tree planting. At this time, it's been postponed and it will be rescheduled where we are planting trees until the month of June. That is the next target date. Now for the website of the city of Wyandotte, small businesses can now go to that city of website, and also the citizens. There's a lot of information on there on COVID-19 and a lot of information what to do about if you need services and etc. So please go on to our city website, the city of Wyandotte, and look at that and understand the 27th District Court of Wyandotte/Riverview also has their own webpage, and you can go on that site, and it will give you any information that you need to know about court dates and what type of cases they're having and not having. I would just like to say that we are trying to have a council meeting. We're shooting for April 20th to have one. It looks like at that time we'll be able to have one by phone, by doing a phone council meeting, and we will do do the best we can to get the information out to the citizens on if you have a question, how you could possibly dial in. And the reason we are doing this is we need to get some business approved and some contracts approved, and we need to get that done so the council meeting will not be in public because, as you know, City Hall will remain closed till at least April 30th. If you go on the website, there are phone numbers that you can contact that people will call you back. Our engineering and then for our municipal, continue to pay us off in the mailbox, continue to pay online until we get back to normal where people can walk into the City Hall and be able to pay the bills by person. I think all in all, Wyandotte is really working hard, and I want to thank all the citizens for understanding that our lives change in a matter of one day of what we can and cannot do. One of the most important things I'd like to put out there is when you go to the grocery store, I ask that you follow these guidelines. And some of them stipulated yesterday by the governor, and at that time, they are only letting so many people in the stores now, and it goes by how many square feet the store is. So please remember, too, is that if you need to go to the store, please don't take your whole family to the store and put them at risk. The person should go to the store, not with a group of kids and with their kids with them. Try to find somebody to watch the kids or make arrangements, but please don't put them in danger of getting COVID-19 just for the purpose of shopping. It's very important, and it's for the safety and health of all of us, including the younger generation. I'd like to take this time also to thank all our medical staff, still our first responders, for all they've done and continue to do a great job. The citizens of Wyandotte, right now, I'd like to say thank you to the citizens of Wyandotte that have cooperated, volunteered, and done many things to make this transaction easier and work as a team. Wyandotte has always been known for a blue-collar town, hard-working people, and people that care. And at these times, it has shown to the love that we have been given back to our first responders, medical staff, and so many businesses stepping up, feeding other people, to volunteers that are doing things in the city for the better of the city. Such as we had somebody clean downtown, power wash downtown. They're in the process of doing it. Miles Power Wash Company has done that. And we are continuing to have all type of businesses step up, all type of people. The young man that played the trumpet from the band that raised $700 to Dollar River for veterans. I could go on and on, but there's so many that I don't want to mention names because so many of you have stepped up. You have proven that before when you stepped up for the villages. And we have proven that the city of Wyandotte are the type of people that stick together. We know we are fighting an unknown enemy, and we are doing the best we can, and I think our citizens are part of our team that have made it easier for the elected officials to do it for the cooperation that we're getting. But again, I continue to ask people to please do not congregate in groups. The other thing that was said in speaking of groups through the governor's speech, that now they ask that you don't go into your neighbors' homes, that you don't go across the street to talk to your neighbors, that you keep your distance. I know that this sounds very strange to hear that, but everything's going to be strange when we come back. But I think we have to adjust to what is going on now that hasn't went on in 100 years since the Spanish flu of 1917, 1918. I think they're doing a good job. I think the citizens are help policing for their job. I think we still need to work harder on stop the groups meeting. The police department are doing their part, but understand that we are busy too in the police department of doing many different tasks. And it might not seem like you see it us out there all the time, but we are. And so is the fire department. And please remember that our municipal plant continues to work, our power plant. So please, let's do what Wyandotte does the best, and that's stick together. I'm very proud, like I said, of all of you. And we will get through this, whether it be another 2 weeks or whether it be another month. And hopefully we'll get through it quicker than anticipated the federal government. I'd like to take this time to thank everybody, and again, have a happy Easter, and may God bless all of us. May we take time to say a prayer for everyone out there, for the world to be a better place, a safer place, and to help find a cure and some type of vaccine for the unknown virus that is out there. Thank you very much. This is Mayor Joe Peterson, and I'll continue to keep you posted as I receive information. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor. For some of you people that was always going to the Engineering Expo show, we did say last month, but it bears repeating, the engineering show was supposed to be for April, had been canceled about a month ago, so they are planning on coming back next year. Another thing that we know is postponed temporarily. The film festival that was scheduled for April 3rd is postponed now to November. So these are some of the things that you can look forward to in the later part of the year or next year. So with that though, I think we sort of wrap up this program, and hopefully you're playing it safe, washing your hands, and hopefully we'll see you again next week on Up, Down, and Around Town. Take care now.